everyone, to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for you. I have on Zoom with me right now Mercedes Morris, and she played Jen Rijkers in Slasher Season 3, Solstice. Hi, Mercedes. How you doing?
Hi there. Hi, Scotty. I'm great. I'm
Awesome.
even better now that I'm on Zoom with you. Let's go.
It's awesome. I'm so excited to do this interview. It's funny because first I want to say, spoiler alert, we are going to be getting into some major spoilers for this episode. And my one really good friend, Marcus, he actually got me into Slasher, and he said, when are you going to be interviewing that crazy bitch? And I'm like, I'm interviewing her tomorrow, which she said this yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. So I'm like, today is the day.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Like,
yep.
Pat on the back right there.
Exactly.
Pat on the back.
So the first question I got for you is, how did you get your start into acting?
Okay, so I've always enjoyed singing and kind of performing at a very, very young age. And my mom encouraged me to go to an arts high school. And I went there for musical theater, and through like more of my songs and my performances, I discovered like, you know, I got some acting chops hidden under here. This is like, okay. Right. So from there, I decided to kind of strengthen that side of my craft. And I went to theater school for university. And that was like, I went to theater and drama studies. That was the name of my program at U of T. And it was a joint program with Sheridan College. So it was a wild ride, but I really discovered that, you know, I have a passion for it, a natural gift for it. And I decided to really pursue it when I graduated. And it's been like a blast ever since. So yeah, I'm riding the wave. It's been great.
That's awesome. So what was your audition like for season 3 of Slasher?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't remember my initial audition very well, but my callback was very clear in my head. We were kind of doing a chemistry test. There was a few other girls and they were swapping us in, and you know, we were in the room with our director, the writer. So Adam was in there, Ian was in there, the casting director. I was like, there's a lot of pressure, but I feel so natural with this role. I feel very comfortable with her, and I'm gonna give it my all. So I remember this one scene, which was actually the hallway scene when Saadia's bullied.
Yes.
And when I kind of had to like defend her, it was just a brief moment where I really got to kind of like, hey Cassidy, like F off kind of thing. And I remember the director just giving me this look like, girl, you better give it. You better get like that. That's your line. That's the one chance you have to really show a bit of strength, some bite. And so I just started getting a little bit of a vibe. I got a vibe, and I was like, okay, he really wants me to lay it out here. It might feel a little awkward. Maybe I'm missing something, but I'm gonna do it. And it just felt so good. What was crazy is I didn't end up actually. The two Saadias that I had auditioned with didn't end up being selected. When we got to set, I met another young lady, Baraka, and our chemistry was incredible.
Yes, you can obviously tell.
It was incredible. So I'm just really grateful for that opportunity that they gave me to really play and try things out and push myself and show a little, you know, unexpected little thing, because as we know, it ended up coming in handy and totally making sense by the end of the season.
Absolutely. So this is going right headfirst into the spoilers. Did you know that you were going to be a killer when you got the part? And if not, when did you find out that you were one of 2 killers in this series season?
Okay. So, like I said, I kind of was getting a little hunch, a little feeling, and I remember leaving the callback and going downstairs to my mom and just running into the car and be like, girl, I just might be the killer, girl. I don't know. I got a feeling. And it's just like, what? Are you sure? I'm like, girl, I got this feeling. The director was saying something to me. It was just this energy, and I just felt so strong. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel something. And then when the script started rolling in, I kind of was piecing, some things together a bit. But then I thought, I had a suspicion it was my brother.
Right.
And I remember having a meeting with the director, and he's like, so have you read all the scripts? I was like, oh my God, like he's so excited. And I was just like, I haven't finished all of them. Like it's a lot to keep organized and like understand. I'm going through it. He's like, so you don't know? You're the killer? And I was like, I'm the. So that was like boom, bam, big shocker. And then 5 minutes later, I ended up getting a fitting for my druid cape and like mask and stuff. And I was just like, this is actually nuts. Like, this is crazy. I'm so glad that I kind of felt that, like my intuition was kind of telling me something, and I was really super excited because I'm a big horror fan myself. And I think representation is so important, So I was totally stoked to be like a female, like, of color who was just like,
and we had a few females that in previous slasher movies that were killers, but none that were a female of color.
Yes.
At least that I can think of. And it was great that they put that diversity in there.
For sure.
And it really played off. Like, just like Marcus said, like when he interviewing that crazy bitch, like you are a tremendous actress. You portrayed the role amazingly. Because I didn't even know you were the killer at first, because it was like you're so close to Saadia, and it's like when you got to the end, I'm like, why is she gonna kill? Like, why is she gonna kill her now? She was protecting her when she was when all this racism was going against her.
But what's crazy? I feel like I connect so much to Jen as well because I love my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mama so much. So that's just like a warning to everybody out there. Don't mess around. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, some people, they just don't play when it comes to family.
Right.
And I think that's a little bit of my crazy side coming out. But I think that the bond that they built together, it was incredible. But I think that Jen was trying to bring her into the family. Saadia into the family, and you kind of I don't want to do too many of the spoilers, you know what I'm saying? But it was just unfortunate that not everything perfectly lined up,
Absolutely. And I mean, I'll go on record saying that I'm for one, that I got in a few fights, especially in high school, over my parents with people, whether they made comments to my parents or comments about me or whatever. Like I got in fights for it because I'm a family guy and I take after my dad with family. Like, I will protect my family. And now that my dad's battling brain cancer, I feel like I'm the one that like has to, help protect my family. And I live 3 hours away. So like I literally drove 3 hours this morning. I woke up at 7 just so I could get back here in time and get ready, I had a shave and shower and everything. And I made sure I left at 7 a.m. to drive 3 hours just so I could be here for this interview.
Yes.
Like,
I'll be honest with you, we can connect on so much because my best friend since I was 3, her grandmother just passed yesterday. And so I spent the time with them, and I was with my best friend supporting them. And she had a battle with cancer, and it's just, I don't know. I was so excited to be a part of this interview and to do this podcast with you that there was like no way that I was gonna cancel. So I just feel like we're connecting on that way. We're like we have. We're just devoted, and we can find a way to pull things together and get the job done.
Absolutely. And that's the way, things things like, roadblocks always happen in life. And I mean, sometimes like you have to, deal with family issues, and sometimes you don't. There's a few
Yeah.
things there's a few interviews I had to cancel in the past because of things that came up where either my dad had something medical came up because of a setback or something where I had to
Mhm.
cancel an interview and they understood and we rescheduled.
Yes.
Things like that always happen, especially when things are, set in stone to schedule. You don't know what's going to happen, a day from now, let alone an hour from now.
Life
Right?
life can come at you fast.
Especially with this pandemic going on, like
Oh
it's
yeah.
been crazy,
Oh yeah.
crazy.
I hope
So
you're
next.
staying safe. I hope you're staying well.
Absolutely. So the next question I got for you is so when you found out you were going to be the killer for Slasher, when you like literally just found out,
Mhm.
what was your initial reaction? Were you like, "Oh no, I'm going to get killed, so there's not a possibility to come back if they do a fourth season?" Or is it like, "Oh yeah, I get to be the killer. I'm going to be the one that everybody's going to be like, "Holy shit, it's her."
That was totally my reaction. I was super stoked to be able to like fool everyone, and I didn't even really tell my family. I
Right.
think, I had told my mom the suspicions, but I didn't confirm it with her. I wanted to surprise her and like my siblings. I didn't tell anyone. I was keeping it on the wraps because I really wanted to surprise everyone and show them not only like a different side of Mercedes, because I always love to bring a bit of myself into the role, but also just like a completely different character. I wanted to have something that was like on my demo that was like, whoa, okay, wasn't expecting that, you know?
Absolutely.
So the shock value was just incredible. It was so much fun. And like I said, I love horror. I
Right.
like Nightmare on Elm Street. Come on, give me some Freddy versus Jason, all that stuff. Like I'm into
Right.
that.
Absolutely.
So just to kind of it just felt like a little being a part of a legacy,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
It felt like history to me.
Mhm.
It was really special. I was so excited. I was so excited.
So I'm going to throw in a bonus question that I just thought about.
Yep.
Obviously, this is an anthology series where you don't know who the killer is. You're guessing. Every episode goes by, and it's like, who's the killer? Oh, it's not that person. That person just got killed. Whatever.
Mhm.
And we also have another. I wouldn't just say series because there's a series out about it, but even a film series, Scream, that is just like it. So what's the difference between Scream and slasher in your opinion?
Mm. Well, I feel like with Scream, maybe this is just my personal opinion, like you said. With Scream, I almost had a bit of like expectations because of some of the films.
Yeah.
So I could, but with me for slasher, it was something that was like completely new
Right.
and would keep me on my toes each season. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I definitely say that. Um, and
I
what
think
I
oh sorry. I think like the thing that gets okay, so like especially with Scream the series, it's like you have to wait each week to find out, and you have like months to find out who the killer is. The good
mhm.
thing about slashers is what I like about it is that it's on Netflix, and you can binge
Ah,
the entire series, like every episode, one after one after one after
mhm,
one,
mhm.
and you don't have to wait months for it. That's what I love about Netflix originals. And I mean, I really enjoyed. Like I said, I don't know. This one and season two were my favorite. I think out
Mhm.
of them all, but this one was the first one I watched, and like just some of the deaths, like they were gory. Like I mean, the biology teacher getting dissected.
Woo!
That was
Let's go. That was
that was,
awesome.
that
I
was
love
a,
the little hint for that. The fact that Jen finished. I don't. Okay, never mind. Zip,
you can say it.
zip. Like the fact that like Jen finished her test first.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good
She came
point.
in. She came in like late. She had a delay. And she still managed to finish first. So
Ooh, I didn't even notice that. That's actually a really good point. I'm gonna go
little.
back and watch that now to see
Yeah,
that. That is really cool.
yeah, there's little
So,
things. It was
so
awesome.
I'm
It was
guessing
fun
Jen
for
was
me
the
to
one.
like to honestly to piece all those things together and even like yeah to go to the script and make sure that I didn't lean too hard on clues, but to also make sure that it was still a very detailed
Right.
performance, you know.
Right. So I'm assuming Jen was the one that did the dissection on that then.
Mm.
That's really cool. I didn't even catch that. That's really awesome. That was like one of my favorite deaths because I really liked the biology teacher. I
Oh
really
yes.
like she did a really good job. And it's funny because I forget the character's name, but the one that did the vlogging and that. I can't remember the
Amy?
character's name. It might be Amy.
Hmm.
It might be Amy.
Like the
And
video
yeah,
gamer.
she vlogged on all the deaths and everything like that, and like it came out.
Oh, Violet, Violet.
Violet, that's it. Violet, that's it. That's it. So she was the same actress was in season 2, and I really love that character she
Oh
played in
yeah.
season 2. But for some reason in season 3, and don't forget I watched them backwards, but in season 3 I'm like, I want her to die. I
I
just didn't
know.
like her. Like I just
I
didn't.
think that's amazing acting though. That's great acting.
It is. That's what I love. And
Mhm.
I'm an actor myself. I own my own production company, indie film, and I appreciate the acting ability that when you can portray somebody that you just hate them, like you just
Mhm.
can't stand them because that's how good of an actor or an actress they are.
Ooh.
That's
Ooh,
really
I really want you. Well, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit at the end, but I really want you to check out one of my first series.
okay.
It's called Between. It's on Netflix, and it was actually one of the first series where they started um, releasing it week by week.
Okay.
Because it had partnership with City TV, but a lot of people they just love my character in that, or I should they said they hate to love.
Nice.
They love to hate. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say?
That's
Like
what you're
she
trying to
was
say.
just classic
They
kind of
love to hate
villain.
me.
It was a very love-hate relationship because I just remember getting like tweets and stuff from people in different languages. Oh, I hate her so much.
Now,
And I
is
have
this
to like translate it. That's incredible.
is this a horror series as well?
It's a bit of a thriller, sci-fi kind of vibe, and
Nice.
it's gonna remind you a bit of COVID because the city was in a lockdown because of a virus.
Oh,
So
nice. Interesting. I'll
yeah,
definitely check it out. Definitely, I can't wait to see that now.
yeah,
I
it's
I love
good.
it. So next question I got for you is what was your experience like on set while filming Slasher?
I had a really good experience. I connected with everyone on set. Like the crew was really cool. Like wardrobe, the hair and makeup department,
Right.
like set and like all the grips, the sound team, we all really got along and we vibed. I think that's why the show was such a success because it was like everyone was really in it together and we always enjoyed each other's company.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is. It makes it for a much more fun experience and a better experience when you actually have people on set that you can consider as family, like
Hmm.
that you gel with, that you're really good at getting along with and all that. Because imagine going on set and like just like, oh, I can't stand that person.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's a great feeling when you have co-stars that you really get along with.
Like my brother felt like my brother.
Right? That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
It was incredible.
and it was funny because like your stepmom in the in the season, I always thought I loved her too, and I was like,
Yes.
I didn't see her in season 2 at the time when I watched that one, and then I watched season 2 next, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a really great actress, and
Uh-huh.
like I thought she was gonna like I thought like maybe she was the killer at first, like maybe she was faking being this like walking zombie and
Hmm.
no, and then oh my god, like when she was gonna put gasoline on her, but it was really water, like just all these like different things that like was insane and
Yeah.
intense. Like she like I don't know, like, and then when I think it was it you or it was your brother, like I can't remember which one, but he's actually were stabbing her off like right off the screen. I was like, oh my god, are you serious?
That
Like it was
that
insane.
was that was one of my favorite days on set. It was a long day and it was really kind of like stressful and exhausting for everyone, but very rewarding. And I
Right.
think the fact that we like stuck it out, that was technically that was my reveal day.
Yes,
We were
that's
in the
awesome.
kitchen and yeah, Amber was trying to kind of like tell tell Saadia to escape and she was just kind of like interrupting
Right.
my moment.
Right.
Right? So
Like
I'm like, you know what? Let me do it with you. That was so much fun. I love doing stunts. Um I love the gore. As sticky as it is and as messy as it is,
right? Yep.
it's a blast.
Did you
Yeah.
do all your own stunts?
I did, because we had to be very discreet with the fact that it was the two killers. We
Mhm.
had a stunt. We had two stunt people who were kind of in between our sizes,
Okay.
and so I was able to do a few of them,
Okay.
but not all, because it would kind of it would if my size might give
Give it away. Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
point. And,
yeah.
and it's funny because people can pick up on them. They're like, you know what, she's five whatever, or he's six
Hmm.
whatever, that person the killer. Like they
Yeah,
can simply pick up on that.
but we did a lot of work with like like chest plates, and I
Mhm.
had like shoulder pads to
Mhm.
that were a part of the druid costume that we always had that would help, you know, kind of
Right.
disguise that for everyone.
Nice.
Put in
Nice.
a lot of detail and a lot. I had so much
That,
fun with the costume department. Yeah.
that's exciting. So what was the best part about filming Slasher and what was the worst?
Hmm. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. The best part, I think it would stem back for me again to the representation and kind of just like little things like getting to wear my natural hair,
Right.
my curls, my afro. And like, how often do you see that on TV? How often do you see that in horror and thrillers, right?
Yeah.
But it's such a part of our society, like it's who I
Right.
am. So I think it's important to get more and more representation like that, and not always have like a straight wig or like
Mhm.
braids and kind of fall into that stereotypical kind of like realm or what we're used to in the past. Like it's time to get with
Right.
the times. Do you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So that was really cool for me. And I got messages about people, loving the hairstyles.
That's
Little
awesome.
things like Jen, when she goes to sleep, she ties up her hair. As a black woman, I tie my hair up before I go to bed. That's a detail that I had to
Awesome.
mention to the costume department. But they were open and to the suggestions and the feedback, and we worked together, and it created this authentic experience. Yeah.
Right, and if you think about it, even if that is, even if that's part of you bringing to the character, that's also the character development because it's showing part of the character that it's making that character a real human, a real person.
Yes. Yes.
It really adds to the character, and I mean, I personally like that. Like, I don't know if you ever saw How to Get Away with Murder, but the scenes with Viola Davis where she's taking off, the wig and taking her makeup off and everything, that one very iconic
Yeah,
scene.
I remember.
Yeah, like that is iconic, and I absolutely loved it. It gave me chills. It's like this is what is making this character a character
Real.
person, a real person.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
not just that it's not like it's not making her 2D or anything. It's like a whole shape of a character and a real
Yeah.
person. I loved
Yeah.
every minute of it.
I had so much fun with that. And
It's
the
awesome,
director, like Adam, was great with,
right?
our different takes and allowing me to like explore and try different sizes with the character, go bigger, go smaller, and really feel it out and shape this art for her. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? So I
absolutely.
had a lot of fun. It was exhausting at times because for me, I don't know, there was a bit of, I guess, just a little pressure that I believe I put on myself to just do justice to her. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So
You want to perfect the role because you were given this opportunity to play this character, and you didn't
yeah,
let anybody down.
down exactly. So I wanted especially the reveal and like the final battles to be
Mhm.
very believable and authentic.
Right.
And so as much as I would practice
Mhm.
some of the stunts at
Yep.
home, kind of miming it out and getting into it, for me, I'm very I don't know, it's like the realism of it. I like to be in the moment. I like the blood on me, the thing. I like the heat of the boiler. I like the grit of the boot, and to I might be in the corner before we're rolling doing some push-ups and some
Absolutely.
jumping jacks just so I'm out of breath and just to exhaust me. Um yeah, which
Absolutely.
which can be difficult sometimes when you're trying to sustain that for an entire season, how many months of shooting.
Hmm.
But I don't know, I felt like I needed to kind of go through that journey to
Yeah.
discover who
Absolutely.
Jen was, you know?
Absolutely.
So as difficult as it was, I also found it very rewarding. And I'm glad that I had a team behind me that let me experiment a bit and really use my craft as well as hone my craft in this like
Yeah.
very unique way. I don't know.
I,
It
I
was
agree.
hard, but it was so rewarding to like my breath to be out of breath and to to feel the that
Right.
you know when you get so angry and your chest is like burning, like to really
Yes.
get in that zone and then be like, okay, I'm ready to look at the director and be like, I'm ready because like I feel it all right now. And then he just be like, go, like, and we're just in it. It was great.
That's awesome. So, do you have any worst parts about filming it?
Um, no, just how I wouldn't say worse. It was hot. It got pretty hot.
Okay, that
I
hey,
will
that
say
makes
that.
anything. That makes it. That could be a bad thing.
Yeah, we shot in the summer and but I was, sometimes I had shorts, I had like long sleeve stuff too. But I don't know. It was a great experience. It honestly was for me. It was like
That's
a
awesome.
life-changing role and like a major accomplishment. Like I could give myself a pat on the back
That's
because
good.
I I guess I fooled some people.
You did.
Yeah.
You really did, actually. I mean, you definitely fooled me. I didn't. I had a feeling it could have been your brother, which I was half right.
Mm.
I didn't suspect you. I suspected you and Saadia to be the final girls, possibly,
Mhm,
or one of
mhm.
you's getting the boot.
Yeah.
From the killer. I really suspected. Your stepmom is the killer. I just thought she was gonna be the type that was faking this whole trans type of thing.
Mhm.
That's kind of or maybe with your real mom killing, getting set on fire and all that, and dying and everything. I thought that that pushed her over the edge.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
like it put her into that trance, and then she used it as a bird, as like as a scapegoat to kind of to commit all the murders and keep the suspicion off of her.
Totally. I had that feeling for a second and then I realized just how much of a mastermind Jen is to
Yeah,
use that against everyone. The
right,
fact that everyone thinks she's crazy, let everyone
right,
focus on her.
yeah.
And
And I can't remember if you were keeping her medicated or were you keeping her off the medication. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
mm,
you were doing something that was like, damn, that is so evil.
yeah, yeah.
Like you just were you guys were like
Every detail. They were they thought it out. They really did think it out.
absolutely. So next question, how was your death scene filmed and prepped?
Oh. um the death scene was so oh my goodness. I've never really died on screen before, so I was a little nervous, but also again very comfortable with the cast and the crew and um the writer Ian, like we really talked about the scene and how kind of special it was to both of us. And so first we did the stunt, which was kind of like coming out of the elevator, all that stuff. And we had a stunt double to get hit or whatever, but I wanted to do that just so I could kind of get that experience and then use that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
Because like I said, I really like to like that whole
Hmm.
realism of it. But I remember getting on the ground and prepping and just really clearing my mind.
Hmm.
And the director came over to me, Adam, and he put this song in my ear, and I can't even fully remember it. I've been trying to remember this song for a few days now because I thought about this scene. And anyways, I just I just thought of the lyrics of the song. I didn't try to force anything. I really just felt. I let myself be open to to loss. I feel that's the feeling I'm getting right now, that I'm
Right.
remembering, to the feeling of loss, just
Yep.
very hollow. And I began to break down, and the cameras were already kind of prepped, and we did it on a oneer.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Ian came over to me and he was crying, and Adam was so proud, and I was really proud of myself, and
Good.
it felt so natural. And the relationship that I had built with Baraka through all of those
Yep.
weeks and months of filming, and
Yeah.
thinking about the loss of my brother, the loss of this friendship, the loss of my mother, it all just came together. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bittersweet. Like, I mean, like, you were her friend, but like you were also you had this other side of you, and like I don't think you really wanted to attack her or kill her per se.
Mhm.
I think it was a lot of like she was at the wrong place at the wrong time, kind of
Yes,
found out about what you've been doing, and then I don't know, like maybe ultimately, like I mean, deep down you really cared for her.
truly,
Yeah.
truly. I think that, like I said earlier, like Jen is just like me. We're very family oriented,
Right.
and I really felt like I brought her into my family,
Yeah.
So there was that moment of betrayal. Sometimes you lash out when you're hurt.
Yes.
Hurt people,
Right. Absolutely.
straight up. So in that moment of like, I did all of this, you should understand me. You
Right.
should understand, I did this for my mom. I did this for us. These
Right.
people, they don't care about us, but
Right.
I care about you. So
Mm.
like, we got to be ride or die in this. Come
Yep.
with me to the end. And the fact that she wasn't all for it, that hurt, because I really thought we were on the same
Right.
page.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I don't think I intended to really go after her and kill her, but I just kind of lost it, because in that moment it's like I couldn't believe that things weren't going the way that I had imagined. Like, how does she not,
Absolutely.
how can she not empathize with me and get this? As twisted as it was,
Right.
out of all the people who could get this, you would get this.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like, and like when you lash out, like you said, you lash, like hurt people. Like, hurt people also hurt people that are their family or their loved ones. Like, and most times it's not that they go out and kill them or attack them, but
Mm-hmm.
like you even yelling at them. Like, I feel more comfortable yelling, like when I'm hurting, to take it
Mm-hmm.
out on my parents or to take it out on my partner,
Yeah.
over taking it out on a stranger, because I know they won't abandon me. They won't leave me. They know when I'm
Yeah.
hurting, and I'm in a state that I'm hurting, and they won't just be like, well, you're gonna act like that, then I don't want you in my life, because they're family or they're my partner. They love me. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be there for me. They're
Yeah.
not they're not gonna just up and leave.
It's this sense of security
Right.
that we
Absolutely.
have. And
Yes.
it's like, when I realized that I didn't have that, that got like kind of really pulled out from under me.
Yeah.
That's all I had left. In that moment, when I think about it, Saadia, you were all that I had left.
Right. Yeah.
My mama's gone, my brother's gone.
Yeah.
You were it.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like all or nothing kind of thing.
Yes,
So,
exactly. So the last question I got for you is, do you have any projects in the works that you would like to tell our viewing and listening audience about, as well as promoting any social media or websites?
oh, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
So, I'm actually filming something next week. I can't quite share the project,
Okay.
but maybe a hint is I'll be getting some fangs. So I don't
Okay.
know. That's
And for
I'm looking.
anybody that wants to find out what it is when it is announced, go to your IMDb page, of course. It'll be
Of
there, I'm sure.
course, it'll be there, and I'll be sure to keep everyone updated on my Instagram and my Twitter, which is at I'm the number 2 fancy, because I'm just too fancy, right? There's actually an underscore after that. I almost forgot. So it's at I am the number 2 FANCY underscore. And yeah, it's been really
Awesome.
awesome to share my acting on social media, but also my music. I've kind of
Awesome.
started to go back to my roots last year, and I've started releasing my own music. It's
Nice.
been a wild ride as an independent artist, but also very rewarding, because it's kind of like it's my baby, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm working on an EP, and it feels like just like this side passion project that I'm really excited
Nice.
to share with
Awesome.
everyone. So stay
Well,
tuned.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, I thank you, Mercedes, for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
having me. This was
Not
so
a
much fun.
problem. It really was. And before I let you go, I just want to let everybody know if you're watching this Zoom video on YouTube, please subscribe to me on YouTube and give a like if you liked the interview. Comment if you liked, like if you have any questions for me or whatever, or if you want to like give your opinions or thoughts on the interview, please leave a comment. If you're
Yes.
listening on all of the podcasting platforms, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, OpenBox, Whooshka, Anchor, Verbal, Breaker, and all the 25 other podcasting platforms I'm on, please rate, review, like, comment, whatever you can do to spread this interview out there and to let everybody know about this interview as well as other interviews. And also, before I let you go, I want to let everybody know that I have Naomi Grossman, who played Pepper in American Horror Story, on. I'm interviewing her tomorrow, so stick
Woo!
for that one. Right now, that is scheduled. So, and I did hear back from her publicist, and it is in fact happening, and she's excited for the interview as well. So, I thank you so much, Mercedes, for this interview. I really appreciate it, and I'm a huge fan of yours as well.
Thank you so much, Scotty. You take care.
Yep.
Bye
See ya. Thank you.
bye.